an arrest in an extortion case, and a promise from Ottawa to do more to fight it. The Premier addresses Albertans tonight.
I don't know that many Albertans are concerned about whose fault it is. They're concerned about who's going to fix it.
And immigration is expected to be part of the agenda. And reading, give it a shot.
Reading is going to carry you throughout your life, right?
Some encouragement from members of the Calgary Flames.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Ian White.
Good afternoon. The federal government is hoping to crack down on extortion cases that are on the rise in Canada. It plans to embed officers who are experts in financial intelligence within police departments. Tyson Fedor is in Redstone, a community where residents have been targeted for extortion. And Tyson, this comes as Calgary police have laid charges in an extortion case.
And Ian, Calgary police have been dealing with at least 21 extortion cases since July of last year, targeting many in the South Asian community here in the Northeast. But those charges today are not linked to those ongoing incidents. Now, 37-year-old Calgary man Jaspreet Gill faces 6 counts of extortion. He's accused of demanding money and valuables from a woman he knew on 6 separate occasions in 2024 and threatened violence if she did not comply. Police say the threats came through electronic messaging and that small amounts of money were transferred. Now, investigators became aware of the case last September during their operation, but unrelated to the extortions, 28-year-old Harpreet Gill was charged with 1 count of fraud over and under $5,000 and 2 counts of theft of a motor vehicle. Recent cases in Calgary include a home being shot at in Redstone. The new measures announced today by the feds will crack down on criminals by following the money trail.
This matter is not similar to the ones that are where there's a lot of media attention and national-wide. This one where the offender had the intimate knowledge, knew somebody that knew of the victim in this situation. But again, it's cooperating with the police is what solves these problems. It's cooperation from the community, and the information we get, it can be valuable, even though if you don't think it is, that can help us bring these files to successful resolution.
The FinTrack officers will be deployed in BC, Alberta, and in Ontario. They can monitor financial transactions provided to them by the banks across Canada. Now, they will help investigators also identify any patterns, trace illicit funds, and intervene in any cases before further harm can be committed. Ian?
Thank you, Tyson. 2 people were rescued after a carbon monoxide leak this morning in Marlborough. Fire crews went to a home on Marbury Place, northeast, at 8:15. Medical crews were already there for a call when their CO alarms went off. They removed a patient from the front door area, and crews wearing safety gear found the second person inside. Both were taken to hospital. Fire department says the CO levels in the home were very dangerous.
We detected 500 parts per million of carbon monoxide, and that's where our normal protocol is to evacuate people at 50 parts per million, so it's significantly higher. I just want to remind everybody to make sure you have working carbon monoxide alarms in your home. It's the only way to detect this invisible, tasteless gas.
Crews shut down the furnace and ventilated the home. And this afternoon, guests and staff at the Emerald Hotel and Suites had to be evacuated because of high levels of carbon monoxide. 2 people were taken to hospital in stable condition. Transit buses were brought in to keep people warm while Calgary firefighters dealt with the CO leak. The Calgary area is dealing with a water issue today, but this time it's not a water main break. Water is pooling near Sarcee Trail and the traffic circle on Naa Drive. City Water Services confirms the flooding is the result of a natural spring nearby. The city crews there to make sure the storm drains are free of ice so the groundwater can drain away. Highway 93 near Radium, BC remains closed because of a rock slide. Parks Canada says debris has been removed from the road and slope stabilization work is ongoing. Officials say it will remain shut at least until tomorrow. Drive BC will have an update in the morning. Premier Danielle Smith is set to deliver a special address to Albertans tonight with immigration, record population growth, and the province's finances expected to take center stage. Mark Villani joins us now. And Mark, tonight's speech could offer important clues about next week's provincial budget.
Yeah, that's right, Ian. Danielle Smith has been signaling for weeks now that Alberta's rapid population growth is putting pressure on public services like schools, hospitals, housing and infrastructure. Smith argues that lower oil prices and economic uncertainty are also sparking the need for stronger immigration policies. Now, Alberta's population has surpassed 5 million, driven by both international and interprovincial migration. In 2022, the province launched its Alberta is Calling campaign, encouraging people from other provinces to move here. Many did, making Alberta the fastest growing destination nationwide. Now, Premier Smith is expected to call for more control over immigration so the province can ensure newcomers have jobs lined up when they arrive. Senior members of her staff have also taken to social media describing federal immigration policies as unsustainable, but some political scientists say the issue is more complex than it seems.
To suggest that immigration is what's causing problems in education or healthcare, when those issues are much longer standing than the policies or this or that government, and add to that the fact the federal government has changed immigration policies, significantly restricted immigration. I don't know that many Albertans are concerned about whose fault it is. They're concerned about who's going to fix it.
Now, Alberta's opposition NDP also warning that focusing on immigration alone won't fix long-standing issues in healthcare, education, or the rising cost of living, saying Albertans deserve real solutions, not blame, as the province faces another multi-billion-dollar deficit. Smith's address set for 6:45 tonight. You can watch it live here on TV or stream it on the CTV Calgary website. Ian.
Thanks very much, Mark. A heartbreaking end to the gold medal game for the Canadian women's hockey team. Team Canada held a 1-goal lead for most of the game before the U.S. tied it late in the third period, and in 3-on-3 overtime, the Americans would score the golden goal. Dozens of people gathered to support Canada's team at a watch party at Calgary's Olympic Oval, including some former Olympians and others hoping to make the Winter Games in the future. Many of those fans wanted to watch the game as a community.
Cheer on Team Canada and spend time with each other, and yeah, kind of enjoy like cheering on women's hockey.
Sort of like a national identity thing, you know, everyone understands that work that goes into it and creating a team and just working together. So it's always nice to, you know, be able to support each other.
And hockey fans still have the men's team to cheer for. Tomorrow, Canada takes on Finland, with the winner going for gold on Sunday morning. All right, looking forward to that. Danielle, that was just crushing to watch, Canada's team today.
Oh,
but you're enjoying that lovely home out in Harmony, and things are warming up in the weather.
Yes, I am. And we'll talk more about the Foothills Hospital Home Lottery in a moment. But yes, the weather, when you say warming up, I just want to make sure I'm managing expectations here a little bit. It's going to get warmer. It's going to be a very slow climb here. It'll be more reasonable after tomorrow morning. Okay, I'll start there. -20 is the temperature at the airport right now. With the wind chill, it feels like -30. It's bright out, so it looks nice, but of course, just looking from the window in the house, it's a bit deceiving. All right, here's your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen. Family-owned, community-driven. Discover more at Fifth Avenue Volkswagen. Overnight, wind chill of -32. By the morning, wind chill of -31. So it's another cold start to the day. Not quite as cold as today, so it's a slight improvement. By the afternoon, still a lot of sunshine for tomorrow. -14 is what it will feel like. And then we'll start our somewhat slow climb, but it's really not until next week you're really going to notice a difference. I'll have that longer range forecast a little later in the show. Midnight tomorrow is the bonus prize deadline in the Foothills Hospital Home Lottery. You could win the BMW and Switzerland bonus prize or take $120,000 cash. Get your tickets before midnight tomorrow at foothillshospitalhomelottery.com.
Thank you, Danielle. An organization wants to help university and college students who are struggling with addiction. Still ahead, what Recovery on Campus is doing to create safe spaces for students. And the final chapter in Alberta's purchase of children's pain medication from Turkey. Now the rest of it has been destroyed. Also, if you have a news tip, text us at 10400. The province says it has now destroyed the remainder of the children's pain and fever medicine it ordered from Turkey. In 2022, the Alberta government ordered the liquid acetaminophen because of a shortage of children's pain medicine. But by the time it arrived, the shortage was over. It was also pulled from neonatal intensive care units because it was clogging feeding tubes. The province says half of its remaining 1.4 million bottles were donated, but the rest have now been destroyed because it was set to expire. The opposition calls the whole process a waste of public money, saying it cost $70 million to order the medicine and $700,000 to destroy what was left. A new push to support addiction recovery on Alberta campuses is getting a major funding boost. Recovery on Campus is launching its new action plan today at the University of Calgary after receiving $3 million from the provincial government. It offers peer support meetings, recovery coaching, education, and substance-free events aimed at reducing stigma and helping students and staff who are in or seeking recovery. Organizers say the goal is to make recovery more visible and create safe spaces on campus.
Not a shameful thing. It's right. It's a source of strength and hope. That's what we want to do by bringing it out of the shadows. And we also provide scholarships to students in recovery. We've distributed over 100,000 in scholarships to students in recovery. So celebrating people in recovery, reducing that barrier to access education.
Recovery on Campus officially launched in 2021, and leaders say interest is already growing beyond Alberta, with other Canadian schools looking at adopting similar programs. Danielle joins us once again. Hey, we still have daylight after the 5 o'clock or during the 5 o'clock hour. You probably have a nice mountain view out there, right?
I do. It's stunning out here in Harmony. And you know what? Beautiful view. Yes, the sun is still out, so the days are getting a little longer here. I am at the Foothills Hospital Home Lottery Grand Prize Show Home. Lucky enough to be here today. It's a stunning home. So, of course, with this lottery, there are so many things that you can win, but for the bonus prize, that the deadline is midnight tomorrow. And in addition to all these things you can win, you're also contributing to our community, which of course is very important as well. So I want to introduce someone to you. We have Dr. Jason Worley here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Beautiful home. And you can speak to where the money goes. The proceeds go to help this community and what this causes this time.
Sure. The focus is on surgical innovation for the Hospital Home Lottery this iteration, and that's really multifaceted. But the exciting thing is tools to help the surgical team deliver surgical care in a safer, more precise and minimally invasive fashion. And so robotically assisted surgery is kind of the future, and this is kind of one of the areas of focus for innovation. You know, there's always challenges with wait lists and lots of doom and gloom in the healthcare industry, but there's some real positives, and the technology and innovation is one of them. So the ability to have that technology and provide world-class surgery in Calgary and the area is really exciting.
That is fantastic. So the robotic piece, is that something that's already been started and we're adding to it?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So about 10 years ago, the Calgary Health Foundation helped support robotics at Rocky View General Hospital, where there's the urology program. That technology has been introduced to practice, and now it's expanded to all other areas of surgery. And it's really important for us to have that capability to train the next generation of surgeons and surgical teams to deliver care, and having that leading edge technology will help us do that.
Fantastic. And so I heard non-invasive.
Yeah, exactly. Minimally invasive surgery.
Okay, that's great. All right, so pretty fantastic that someone could win a home like this and in addition contribute to a cause like this. So that's really good news. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, when we're talking weather though, I don't have all the good news until next week. Next week. If you like the warmer temperatures, that's really a next week thing. We'll get there, but brace for colder temperatures and wind chill really until Sunday. At least though, we're not as cold as areas further to the north. So around the Red Deer area down to Innisfail and up, as you can see in the yellow here, this is where the extreme cold warning is in place, and that's where wind chills will get into the -40s tonight and for tomorrow morning. We'll be a little more reasonable. In fact, we'll be slightly warmer tonight and tomorrow than we were in these past 24 hours. At this point at the airport, -20 is the ambient temperature in Calgary, but it feels more like -31 with that lovely wind chill. -20 is what it feels like in Pincher Creek, -22 in Medicine Hat, Lethbridge feeling more like -30. All right, when we look at radar and satellite, you can see that little bit of snowfall near Spokane, that some of that will actually sneak over the mountains and move into the far south. But we're not likely to see it in Calgary. We should just get the cloud cover from this in this next 12 hours or so. All right, when we look at the longer range forecast, and why I say brace yourself still, because while this morning we had a wind chill closer to -37, tomorrow morning a wind chill of -31. So it's still cold, just not quite as cold. In the afternoon, -8 is our high, feeling more like -14, which is an improvement. We're looking at a lot of sunshine and very stable weather for the next 5 days. -10 will be the high for Saturday and Sunday, and then we're going to get some winds kick in out of the west for Monday. That's going to start to warm up our temperatures. Monday -5. Here's the hope for you, especially for Ian, because he likes these warmer temperatures. Monday -5. By Tuesday we should get to the freezing mark. A normal daytime high for this time of year is +1. We'll get above that for Wednesday and Thursday at 5 and 6 degrees. All right, midnight tomorrow is the bonus prize deadline in the Foothills Hospital Home Lottery. You could win the BMW and Switzerland bonus prize or take $120,000 cash. Get your tickets before midnight tomorrow at foothillshospitalhomelottery.com.
Danielle, thanks very much. Ottawa is spending more on national defense, and that could have a ripple effect on the private sector. Still to come, 2 Alberta companies that are making a contribution to defense. So far this year, Canadian markets are racing ahead of their counterparts in the U.S. Joining me is Dave Popowich, portfolio manager with the Popowich-Karmali Advisory Group. And Dave, Canadian markets outperformed the markets in the States today.
Yeah, that's right. And even on a year-to-date basis, we continue to do pretty well on the heels of a beat last year as well. So despite all of the concerns that we had, if you went back to the beginning of last year, Ian, you think about that and what the tariffs might do to our economy, Canadian investors are actually doing pretty well. Now, if you look at today, you'd see energy, you'd see gold and materials, all performing well and supporting the TSX, just shy of 6% on a year-to-date return for the TSX versus about flat, just slightly above flat on the S&P 500. So a good start.
But Walmart fails to impress investors today.
Yeah, you know, it was an interesting report. If you looked at the headlines, the company beat on the top line, they beat on their bottom line. You look at their e-commerce platform, it's still growing soundly in a double-digit space. They're attracting new clients, they're attracting high net worth consumers. All that sounds pretty good. But they do have a new CEO, and the new CEO decided he was going to provide, I would say, cautious and fairly conservative forecast for this year's performance. And at the end of the day, it was a very active trading day for Walmart stock, but it did finish down about 1.3%. So that caution, I think, winning the day in terms of investors' feelings towards the company.
And now to a Calgary company, Cenovus is drilling new wells, and its shares are on the rise.
Yeah, 4% today, call it better than 30% on a year-to-date basis. And we have, of course, seen oil prices move higher as the geopolitical tension between Iran and the United States continues to ratchet up. That, of course, helps our energy sector. But let's face it, the years of investment that these oil sands companies have put in have made them one of the lowest cost producers in North America. And so they are reaping the rewards of that. Cenovus, 50 cents of net income in the fourth quarter, well ahead of the 39 cents the market was looking for. And that stock gaining 4% on the trade today.
Dave, thanks very much.
Bye, Ian.
2 Edmonton companies are the first in Alberta to receive funding from the federal government under its new defense strategy. The Regional Defense Investment Initiative is designed to help companies increase production or to contribute to Canada's defense needs. Logican Technologies is getting $1.5 million for manufacturing tech like sonar and sensors. 0 Point Cryogenics is getting $5 million to speed up research and commercialize 4 defense systems. Calgary police charge a man following a months-long extortion investigation. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. News of the charge comes as the federal government announces plans to crack down on the crime. Coming up at 6, why Ottawa believes embedding financial intelligence officers within police departments in Canada will help address the growing problem of extortion crime. Also ahead, the Premier will be addressing Albertans this evening. Coming up at 6, how her expected plan to focus on immigration is being received. Ian.
Thank you, Tara. Canadian icon William Shatner is making his return to the Calgary Expo this spring. The 94-year-old who played Captain Kirk in the original Star Trek TV series and films was announced as the latest guest star. He last appeared at the Calgary Expo in 2022 and was Calgary's Stampede Parade Marshal in 2014. Shatner will be joined this year by Star Trek Next Generation cast members Gates McFadden and Brent Spiner. The Expo runs April 23rd to the 26th at the BMO Centre. Tickets are on sale now. Yes, it was cold today, but there was plenty of sunshine. Looking on the bright side, right now in Calgary, a clear sky, and it's minus 20, although there's a wind chill of minus 31. Danielle has the details coming up. Danielle, it sounds like you're tempering our expectations. It's not going to get that warm that quickly, right?
Right. I have to do that because we're still looking at, it will be more reasonable tomorrow, but then we're dropping a bit for the weekend. The real warm up is next week. So just, brace yourself for another few days. All right. Minus 20 is what it feels like at the airport, but of course it feels much colder, or what the ambient temperature is at the airport, but it feels much colder than that with the lovely wind chill. When we look at the longer range forecast, this sets you up there. So minus 8 tomorrow, minus double digits for the weekend, but we get back to the freezing mark by Tuesday of next week, Ian.
Thank you, Danielle. A pair of stars with the Calgary Flames helped celebrate a major literacy milestone at a Southeast Calgary school today. Students at Holy Trinity School cheered on defensemen Zane Parak and Zach Whitecloud at a school assembly, marking the Educational Partnership Foundation's 30th year of reading Give It a Shot. The students grilled the players about everything from when did they start playing hockey to the worst part of being an NHL player. The answer to that, by the way, was losing games. All students at the school receive free books and collector cards designed to encourage daily reading and build literacy skills.
Reading is going to carry you throughout your life, right? Whether it's in, post-secondary education, anything like that, throughout your professional career and all those sorts of things. So, being the foundation of basically everything that we do, right? And so that's exciting to be a part of.
Organizers say more than 1 million students across Alberta have taken part in the program since it launched 3 decades ago. Thank you for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.